In this video, we're going to look at how you would use the Social Attaché website and the apps on your device in order to perform your daily method of operation, the things that you would do most days in your business. So we're going to start with the Social Attaché website, and in this case I'm using my iPad, but this process is exactly the same on any device that you want to use. The first step that you're going to do is log in if you haven't already done so. Now, the Remember Me on this device checkbox right there, that will extend the amount of time that your login will last. If you select that checkbox, then your login will last for a few days. If you unselect that checkbox, your login will last for a few hours. So you would uncheck that checkbox if you're using a public computer, just in case you forgot to log out when you left. So we're going to log in here. Now another note here is that on some devices the default browser has a bit of lag to it. That's very noticeable on the iPhone using the default iPhone browser. So if you're experiencing that, if you're trying to load the website or trying to perform some actions and it's taking a really long time, try using the Chrome web browser. You can download that from the App Store and it's free. The Chrome browser seems to be a lot faster on some devices, especially on the iPhone. Now, to perform your daily method of operations, you have a number of different areas of the website here that you're going to use. Let's go to the events page first. Now here's where you're going to book the time that you're going to spend on your business. So you just block off times in your calendar for your business. Call each block of time by your business name or something like that, just so you know that's when you're going to be working on your business. You're also going to put into your calendar your events, like your home parties and the times that you're going to be spending at a hosted party, somebody else's hosted party, and those kinds of things, as well as your one-on-ones and your virtual one-on-ones, whether you're going to go out for a coffee date or whether you're going to call somebody on the phone. You can book those into your calendar as well. Now we're going to go over to the tasks. Now the tasks tell you what you should be working on. So you've booked the times that you're going to be working, and now the tasks are telling you what to do during those times. So in here I have just a couple of tasks here to work on today. Now if I run out of tasks, the next thing I will do is I'll go to my contacts and start communicating with people that have yet to be tagged with a journey tag. So let's go over to the contacts now and have a look there. Now here I have the full list of contacts, and I can use the search feature in the upper right corner there. And I could say, let's say I'm looking for people who have not yet been tagged in a journey. So I would go up to see the tags option at the top and just below it excluding. So I'm going to exclude all the tags in the journey. So I could exclude people who are not business partner, people who are not So now I have all these tags here for all these steps of a journey. So when I do search here, I'm going to find everybody that doesn't have any of these tags. So the results here, I just have 5. The results here are people I should be communicating with in order to add a journey tag to them, so I can start to track their journey towards becoming a customer or a business partner. Now let's go through a few tasks just so you get the idea of how I would work my business with the website. So I'm going to first start at the tasks. So I have one task here that's 2 weeks overdue, so I really should get to that one. So I'm going to click on this first task. So clicking on the task has brought up the contact dashboard for this guy. And if we scroll down there, we can see the task here. It's highlighted with blue on the left. And we can see that the date is in red, meaning that this is an overdue task. And it says here in the description, this person has expressed interest in the business or product, send them the information package. So let's scroll up to the contact history here. Now this is where I would be, on the right here, this is where I would be putting information about my communications with this person. You'll see the last entry here. He wants to see the business info. So I should really send this person the business info. Now we're going to do that by clicking on the email button here. And I'm going to select an email template. So this is my email with a signature. Now I'm just going to type in and here I'm going to choose the video to send him. I'm going to send him a video. So we're going to click on the video button there. And I'm going to send the Nicola Willis Discover Arbonne there. You'll see that that's added a curly brace placeholder in my message there. Let's click refresh and see what this will look like. So you'll see that the email that this person will get is very simple. Normally we would have a template with some of this already typed in, so I don't have to type it in every time. But you can see the message is there, and then there's a link to the video, so he'll click through and watch the video there, and then there's my signature at the bottom. So it's pretty basic, and we just click send to send that to him. And now after the message has been sent, we're being offered the contact history form, so here we could type in an appropriate message for ourselves to remind ourselves about what we've done. And there's no change in the tags yet. When he has listened to the video, then we'll probably have some change in tags. So we're just going to add the contact history here. Alright, so we can see the contact history there saying that we've sent the email. And now we have this task at the bottom here that we can mark as complete. Alright, when we close this page, that'll be marked as complete. But we also want to create another task to follow up with this person because we've told them that we're going to call them tomorrow. So we're going to create a task. Alright, and the due date, we said we'd call tomorrow, so we're going to make this due tomorrow. Alright, due tomorrow, and that's good. Now we're going to exit this page. Now you'll see that in the task list now, the middle one there, this middle task, is the one we just created. So tomorrow we have to call this guy about the DA we sent them. So, and then the task that we just completed is down there at the bottom in the completed section. All right, so now we'll look at the next task on my list, which is this one here, the sign up as consultant or preferred client Betty already. So let's click on that. Now Betty's ready to sign up as a consultant. So what we're going to do here is book her into one-on-one. So instead of inviting her to an existing event here, you look on the right, I have all these events that I could invite her to. I'm going to schedule a new one. I could just click on invite button there and be done with it, but I'm going to show you how to do a new event. So click on the new button there next to calendar events. And we're going to make this a coffee date. And it's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. because she's told us that that's when she's available. And then the venue, let's do the Corner Starbucks. And this is going to be in person. So my business calendar tags, okay. And you'll see that Betty has already been added as the roster. Because we created this event from her contact dashboard, it already populated her in here and put her as a required participant. And we are the host. We're going to send an invitation. We're not going to share the roster. All right. So that's good. Now we're just going to save this. And what that'll do is it'll send her an email with the information about our coffee date and ask her to RSVP for it. That way I'll have a record of her accepting the invitation, and when I show up there for our appointment, it's much more likely that she's going to be there. In any case, it's a great way of improving your chances of having someone there when you get there. Now let's click add. And now in the contact dashboard for Betty Already, you'll see here that the event at the top here, the coffee date, has been added, and she's invited, so we can uninvite her from this page if we so choose. So that's the end of this task. So we have to remember to complete the task, right? And then we don't really need a follow-up task because we have an event tomorrow for the coffee date. And after that event tomorrow, that's when we'll set up the next task if we need to. So let's close, exit out of here. So you'll see that we've completed the Betty Already and the Altester tasks. So we're making our way through our task list. The next one is for tomorrow to call Altester. So now that I've run out of tasks, I'm going to go over to the contact list. Now Social Attaché saves your searches for every page, so that's why the search here is still set up the way we had it the last time we were here. So now I can go to one of these other people that's on my list. Let's do I am Tester. Now you see that this contact has a number of different communication methods. I can call them. I've got a phone number there, so I can call them using my phone or using Skype there, or I can call them, or I can call their Skype username down there towards the bottom. So this is how I might start a communication with this new person. Now once I've communicated with them, I would come back here and I would create a contact history and add them to a journey tag, add a journey tag to their contact record here so I know where they are in their journey. And that's how I would deal with any new contact that is not yet in a journey. Now let's look at how we would do this using only the apps on our device. So if you remember, the very first thing we did was look at our events to see when we could book our business times. So let's go do that now. Now on your device, it would be the probably the calendar app. Let's see where it is here. Yeah, calendar app there. And here we would just book our business time just like you would any other calendar application. So we'd book off a time. And make sure you put it into your business calendar. And I could set up an alert to remind me beforehand and add it in my calendar. So now what I have is a daily repeating event, Monday to Friday, between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. to remind me that that's when I'm working on my business. Now I could add a few other things in here, let's say for making calls in the evening. Alright, so I've created a weekly repeating event between 6 and 7 p.m. It's in my business calendar and I got a 15-minute reminder beforehand. I'll add that. So now every week on a Thursday evening I make my calls. So this is how you would book out your calendar for your business events. Now let's go look at the tasks. Now on an Apple device, the Tasks app is called Reminders. Everywhere else in the world it's called Tasks, but on the Apple devices it's called Reminders. So let's go look at that. Now here's a couple of the tasks that I have. One is to sign up as a consultant or preferred client Betty Already. So we saw that just a moment ago from inside Social Attaché. Here's what it looks like inside of an app. So you'll notice that we have some of the information for Betty Already in the task here within these curly brace delimiters here. Now this is what Social Attaché added to the task so that we would have this information on our device, because otherwise we might not have it here. Now similarly below we have the Send Business or Product Introduction task that we looked at recently. Now let's open this up in the info panel here, and now we can see the notes on the bottom here, and we see we have the information there. We have his name, phone number, email address. So we have the contact information we need to contact that person. So we could just from here go into our phone, dial the number, and make the conversation, and then come back in here and mark this task as complete. Or we could go and look for this person in our contact list. So we go look for Al Tester or search by phone number. Here we can select the phone number and then copy it and paste it over either into the phone app or let's go look for him in our contacts. We'll paste it in here. And there's Al Tester there. We'll bring that up. Okay. So here we have all the information about him. We can see there that these got the hashtags in there. He's a hot prospect. He has an acne problem he'd like to help with, and he's also one of our friends. So those are the three hashtags that are in there by the social attaché added for us. So at this point we would make the call, or we could message him and make that conversation. And let's say after that conversation we decided that he's no longer a hot prospect, he is now a proper lead. So we would go in here and change this to... Now the hashtags in social attaché, the hashtags recognized by social attaché are case insensitive, so I don't have to use a capital L in there. As long as it's spelled exactly the same with no spaces, the case doesn't matter. So what would happen here is when social attaché got this update, it would remove the hot prospect tag that we just erased and would add the lead tag that we just added here. And that's how we manage the customer journey from an app as opposed to inside social attaché. So you can see how really you can run your business from your device without actually logging into the social attaché website. I could actually be doing this sitting on a beach in Maui where I have no Wi-Fi access and where cell data is really expensive, so I have cell data turned off and all I have is my cell phone. So I could make the calls as I need and then update the contacts here. And then when I get back to my hotel room where the Wi-Fi is free, then it automatically synchronizes social attaché. I don't have to do anything. It automatically synchronizes behind the scenes and this information gets sent to social attaché and any changes from social attaché will get sent back to my device, all automatically while my device is just sitting there on the desk. So that's the end of a demonstration on how you would do your daily method of operation using either the social attaché website or the apps on your device.